Good morning, Miss Heather. How are you? Let me put my microphones. That's better. How are you this morning? How is everybody? I talk super low in the morning. I don't know why that is. Maybe me try not to wake up the noises at people. Gonna need some glue. Gonna probably need a couple clamps. Got that. We need to figure out the handle though. We do need to figure out the handle. Because we can keep carving even after it's a mallet to some degree. But we do need to make sure. Okay. Glue this together, get that started that way. While it's dry, we'll have some way to continue to work. Everybody, sorry. Had to be done. Okay. Keep the pretty part of our wood off of our desk. And we'll just more or less put it right in the center. That way we can kind of eyeball where we need to be. So the next thing is to establish the opening for the mallet tenon. Not particularly hard, but it is early. Let's go ahead and establish our size real quick. This isn't going to be a huge mallet, so I think this ought to do fine. We'll give us a little room to chop down something if we need to. I don't think we're going to go this full size. In fact, let me go here. We already got that line. I need it. Let's see. So if we go here to the center of the heart, we're at roughly 3 3/8. Let's go from the center again. 3 3/8. That'll put us about right here. So what we had before was pretty close. We'll do that. It'll give us a little extra. Yeah, it'll give us a little extra. I can't draw left-handed. Okay. The only reason I'm doing that so I can keep transferring that mark over. So while this is face down, that's the way we we'll put it right here. And now translate to this side, send those marks right over. And now we have a more defined. We can see it better this way, right? So now, let's see what's a good width. That wasn't bad, right? Let's see what that is. Say 1.5 inches. That's good. Let's find the center of this thing. Do that the easy old school way. Counter to counter. With a straight edge, whatever you got on you. That's the metal. Measure out from that. Say 1.5 inches, so we'll hit that middle. Then we'll pull 3/4 each side. Easy peasy, Georgian wheezy. 3/4, 1.5 inches. We'll go ahead and run our line up. And now we have our tenon. Goes there. I wonder if I spelled that wrong. It's possible. I do be slipping, tripping. Let me show you something real quick, because on this case, we have to make some decisions about how we're going to run that wood grain, right? And there's a lot of different theories out there about this. I have actually done this plenty, and I can show you the differences and how this actually does work and kind of add up. And a working example. I had some others. I don't have them available, but I used to think this would be the way, because I had always heard, I've been building decks for years, and I'd always heard crown down is the way to go, right? I mean, crown up is the way to go. You want it to be like a rainbow. So it would curl. So the theory was the wood would curl this way, the way of the rainbow, the water would run off instead of cupping. I was building decks 15 years at least by the time I found this out. That is absolutely the opposite of true. This is how the wood wants to cup, because these little grains right here loosen up and these stay tight, and it goes like that. Now, evidence of that is I built this mallet about 2 years ago. This is one of my first ones. I used just two 2x4s, and I thought if I put that together, it would look cool. That would be strong right there, right? Look more like one piece, and it kind of did look kind of like one piece. Now, I didn't bother. I didn't have a plane or any of that stuff. I cut all these bevels weird with a miter saw. But my point is, that wood wants to spread that way, right? And it opens up the cracks here, and that's not what you want. I learned that lesson, and this is a 3-piece. This is similar to what I'm doing now. I've used this one a lot, but look at that, dead tight. Nothing's opened up. Now granted, it's a different run with the wood, but the grain is going zigzag, right? So instead of doing this or this, right, what I'm gonna do is just alternate. You know what I'm saying? But if I were just doing two, I'd do it this way because they'd want to open and round out, and that would keep my middle closed up. All right, on with the show. Oh, look at it. Man, people jumped in the chat. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Good morning, Heather again. Love it when y'all show up. James, how you doing? Runick, hey man, early to see you. Good to see you. James Johnson, I'm great. How you doing today? The Apprentice, the Home Depot pencil. Yeah, that's how I roll, man. Vladimir, hello Vladimir, how you doing? Good to see you again. Plywood, what's going on? Enjoy my off day, says James. John, how you doing? Dennis, Mike is making stuff. Celebrities in the building. How you doing, brother? Plywood, Runick, all y'all are chatting it up. I appreciate it, man. I'm gonna go ahead and stay. Mister, how you doing? Good to see you. And Kama Sukama, how you doing? Good morning to you. Okay, we did a little bit of marking. We did a little bit of deciding. And we are at the size we want for the pieces we have. Now, what we got to do is cut these two and pop them in. I'm going to just run over to the saw right quick like and knock those two out real fast. You can come with me if you want to. Good. Now I'm going to just cut it in half because that's the easiest way to do it. And then I adjust the ends however I need to when that part comes up. But in the meanwhile, stay right there. Now, I'm going to put a little bit of angle on that, like just barely. Because again, we're doing a mortise and tenon, and we're going to have to split that at the end, at the top, and we're going to open it up, so we can't have parallel lines. We have to have, man, I lost a word that early. A trapezoid. I want a trapezoid. So put a little bit of angle, and we only have to cut one cut. And what that's going to do is give us the opposite angle in the other direction. We just flip that over. We good to go, baby. So there we go. And then when we flip it, we're going to end up with a little gap. And that's going to transfer same way. Y'all gotta excuse my shop. True story. I've been given the nickname Messy Wesley by multiple people who've never met each other in my life. It's hurtful, but it's true. Let's see. So that's the top. So we're going the wrong way. We need it to be like that because our wedge is going to go up here. So our split's going to go that way. That needs to be the top of our mallet. And that is it right there. And now I'm probably going to keep it simple for myself. And since this is the 1.5 inches, that's the size I'm going to go with. And I'm going to start it right there. And then I'll just have to split it big, baby. Now, next thing is, that's going to be the other side of the mallet. That's risky and it's going to be hard, I know. But that looks good and I like it. So I'm going to try to keep it right. Okay, so boom, boom, the old flipperoo. Go ahead and bust some shots at this thing. freak y'all doing up so early on Sunday morning anyway? I can't believe half of you don't have headaches. You bunch of heathens. And I'm going to hit the same thing on the other side. You know I don't mind a little over gluage. I'm always like, when I get a hamburger, I'll be like heavy on the glue. I'm like, what? I'm like, you got any tight bond in there? If you do, give me a bunch of it. All right, here we go. I told you a story about how I can't help myself, but I have to spread this glue like I would tile mortar because of the science of it, the absolute science. True story. I got a friend who is an incredible contractor. I love him, known him for many years, and he is Jamaican, but he is not like Jamaican that I know. All the Jamaican I know. When I talk to them, they talk like this, see? But Mr. Mason has gone to, he was like prep school Jamaican, right? He was like finishing school Jamaican. So it's got this kind of interesting British kind of note to it. And he sounds like he should be selling exotic foods or something. I don't know. Peanut pretzels. I don't know. But he'll call me and go, "Hello, Mr. Wesley. How are you doing today?" And I'm like, "Where are you from, bro?" But it's a very interesting accent indeed. Get some wonderful clients because it sounds very exotic. But that is my dude, Mr. Mason. Okay, so now that we are lined up and attached somewhat, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cheat it a little bit. I'm going to cheat it a little bit because I should have done this before I did all the glue and whatnot. But I didn't think of it until just now. So I'm going to grab me a little bit of the old sawdust. Not a lot, just a little. And this ain't no magic trick, everybody's seen it, but here's where, look at that, it's bondage. Ooh. In the tile world, we would say that's fully bonded. That's perfect adhesion. So I put some light sawdust in there. Fine. That's going to keep that piece from sliding around. Look at that. Not going to slide around. This one, Wiggle City. Just going to sprinkle some dust. And remind you that this is all wood. So it's all good. You know what I mean? So sawdust in that joint, in that glue, is not a problem. All right. But what it will do is let me clean my fingers off without sliding my wood all over the place, because now they're lightly locked in together with a little bit of friction with that wood glue. It's a little tip from your Uncle Wes. Don't say I never gave you nothing. Remember me when you get big. You get that big job, hit that lotto. Remember your Uncle Wes now. That's how my family used to talk when I went to Atlanta. for college. Little did they know I'd get kicked out. Just kidding. Karan Patel, how you doing? I'm making a mallet. I'm making a love mallet. A mallet of love. A mallet of for the lovers. How about Jerkface asking us to call him love right before he got caught up in a scandal? I'm like, ain't nobody calling you that, jerk. Don't you dare ruin that word. Little scuzz bucket. All right, here we go. Once again, I like to glue same direction. Well, at least spread in the same direction. Why, Uncle Wes? Tell us the same story 150 times. Well, your little brother wasn't here last time, so I'm going to tell it again. The reason I do this is because all of these little voids here are going to trap air when you put the other piece on. It has to get out. And if they're all channels running the same way on both sides, the air will run out the sides. And thus the glue to glue bond becomes a bond of perfection. Don't say I never told you nothing. But listen, you let me know if your auntie starts seeing somebody else over, won't you? All right, get on out of here now. Let me hold $1. Let me hold $1 before you go. I need to put some more sawdust on this. Fortunately, I got a shop full. Now, if you'd like to purchase some adhesion dust from me, hit me up. I got you. $59.95. I think I like this direction better. Let's see if that's going to be wide enough. No. No, it ain't. It just plumb ain't. It's all right. We were prepared for this. Just have to make sure we don't mess around and put our clamp on our heart, because that would suck. I want that other little narrow clamp. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Dang it. Somewhere. Probably just chunked it somewhere. Taking it off. Alright. Forfeit. You win. You win. Alright, I'm gonna tighten up a little bit, tighten up a little bit. I want some squeeze out coming, but I gotta make sure I ain't hitting nothing I don't want to. Alright, I think I'm good still. I'm gonna elevate this again a little bit more. Scratch. convenient scrap lumber laying on the floor is the way to go, fam. I ain't gonna tell you how to live your life, you know what I'm saying? I'll just tell you how a real boss lives his. Young blood. Alright. Let's see, find another place of contact that is not decorative. Maybe I should focus on the outer edge a little more. Because we only needed one clamp. This one is the one that's doing the work. All these other clamps are pretty much decorative. So when you do your glue up, don't worry about it. One little clamp. It's fine. You'll see. You'll see. Don't worry. Got so many cords in my feet. I didn't expect a woodworking shop to end up needing 750 outlets. Really didn't. Really didn't. And this glue up is intense. I know it. It's scaring me a little bit myself. But we're gonna get through this together. Me and you together, we're gonna shake a heart of love, love of hearts, squeezing glue, squeezing thoughts together. It's going good. It's gonna be this will be my cutest mallet ever. This is the first time that I've built a mallet and thought it needs to be cute. Yeah. This will be my greatest mallet of all time. Dad's Workshop says, takes a while, but sawdust is a great brown material for composting. Really? Had no idea. I should do that then. I should be saving this stuff. I would totally do that. Just gotta tell everyone to compost and grow your own food. Dylan says, that is funny. $59.95 for all the dust you need. I'm trying to tell you, man. I got you. Got you. Hit me up. I'm your mama. I'm your daddy. I'm your daddy. All right, that's our opening. That's what we got. Listen, while he's in here, Dylan's handmade woodworking. I be messing y'all names up, and I apologize, man. While I'm in here, if you don't mind, Dylan, I'm gonna add you as a mod just so that you can post your thingamadoo. You can post your content because you are a okay. Because you're why I'm doing this. So people need to go see your video so they know what's going on here. And if anybody else wants to post that for me, I'd appreciate it. What is a mallet used for? More details, please. Yeah, I guess I can show you a lot of different uses for mallets in this shop. For me, this mallet here, I use for drywall demolition. That's why it's got these on it, right? And that's why the angle is so steep on this particular mallet. Now, I'm not using this to bust a bunch of holes, but when I hit this against the drywall, unlike a regular hammer, I've got all this surface, and I make a nice semi-straight line. But I can do that and still knock me a decent enough hole in the moment to get whatever I need to get. Like if I'm going to get some plumbing, got a leak in the wall, and I don't have time to put the power tools and go grab stuff, I run in there with this and I'm going to get to it, right, pretty quickly. I use this one, pretty hardy. Right? I've used this to build decks. That's why the handle is so long and the grip is so important. This mallet is great for striking chisels. Not necessarily this one. I like it on the small ones because it's a very delicate little thing. This one's fairly light, so I like it for that. This is my favorite one because it's got a great handle. It's very soft. It's very comfortable to hold. And I can whack heavy duty stuff with it in the shop all the time. That's primarily what I use my mallets for here. Also, they're very, very fidgety. You know what I'm saying? I can do that all day. So that is what I'm doing with it. Now, clean a little bit of this glue off on my top, and then we're going to figure out how we're going to build a handle for that thing. I do like the handle I just made here. That was nice and comfortable. But I have recently made a couple of round handles, and they're pretty comfortable and dowel shaped. And I've got some of that right there. That'll be something I think you can tolerate. I looked up on this piece of wood in an attic. You know, I'm a contractor, so I was able to get, like, I find stuff in people's attics all the time, and I'm like, well, what are you doing with that? And they're like, that trash, you mean? And I'm like, yeah. Like, take it, please. And I was like, thank you. So, I got this, and I've made 2 mallets from it already. One, the one I sent off to Carnage. You should get that soon. And the other is this one. And that dowel handle is pretty enjoyable. But this mallet, more or less, is a lot of fluff because the material I made this one from is, I wouldn't say a great striking material overall, and that's all it is up here. It's American chestnut, which is very grainy and dry and somewhat brittle, but very light. So this is more fidgety and decorative than anything, in my opinion. I don't know that I would use it a whole lot, but I like the way it looks, and I like the idea that it's 100-year-old wood. All right, so let's go ahead and get the length on this that we need, make a mark, and cut it. We'll just use this one as sort of a basic starter point. There's good where my thumb is. Make this a mark there. And why don't we take a ride, walk west over to the saw. Hope that didn't sound creepy. All right, here we go. Just like anything else, right? Let that blade stop before elevation. Keep your fingers fingering. That was I always say something like that. I don't be meaning to. Don't be meaning to. I remember Hollywood Shuffle Robertson. I don't be got no weapons. Let's go see how deep this needs to be, because we're gonna need to do a whole tenon for that. And we need to know. This is our board. Oh yeah, we get another good look at our heart. All right. Lengthwise, though, depth-wise, we should say, we are roughly 3.5 inches. That'll be all, pig. That'll be all. Put you back over there. Oh, God Almighty! I almost kicked my laptop over. That's why I need a monitor in here. I'm gonna get to it. So, what we're going to do is 4 inches. No. We'll do 3 3/4. That way we'll have a little bit extra. And in this case, I'm going to go ahead and move that down to that. That way, I can just hit it wherever I need to. Make my reference marks, you know what I mean? Now, I'm not going to need them everywhere, but if I have them everywhere, I can do everything that I need in terms of marking this, making sure these shoulders land on the same place. You dig? Oh, snap. We didn't think about this. We cut our tenon, our mortise at 1.5 inches. This material here is 1.25 inches. That is not going to work. That would be an enormous wedge we'd have to put in. And that wedge would then be going out, pressing it. Yeah. I don't know that I want to do that. What if we taper the handle itself, right? Let's say, what's our width? Our width is this material right here, right? Let's find the center. And we'll go with the grain just to make it easy. All right, that's about even, Steven. Close enough for me anyway. So if that material's gone, that's going to leave me with this left over. Two weird things here is that one, that's round, right? And not for nothing, I've done this before, and that's that, right? And I don't hate that. Like, I don't hate that. But I'm also going to have this gap here now, right here. But what if we just do a wedge with a hollow in it, right? With that curve compensated for. We do a wedge on the outside edges and send them straight down. It's gonna be ridiculous, but we're gonna do it. Why not? That's the whole point, right? Do some ridiculous stuff and learn something. Because, like, there's no boss cracking the whip telling us to hurry up. Except for Dylan. He's making me do it by the deadline. But, you know, it's out of love. I'll just learn. It just helps me learn. I'm going to try to eyeball that straight. I've done this before. I've failed miserably at it before. And I've also totally redeemed myself. Okay, hold on. Try it again. See, I have to hold it up against my gut. This is why I need 3 hands. I didn't ask for this extra leg. I needed an extra hand. Jeez. All right, that looks pretty. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Let's go once more. Here, I don't know the proper way to do this at all. I'm just, guessing. Most people would have some sort of equipment, I guess, that would do this for them in some way. That's better than this, but here we are in the Wes's Poverty Workshop. We don't got no money for no tools. Let's get another line here. All right. That don't look bad. I'm not disappointed in myself. All right, here we go. I'm gonna just make some marks on this so we don't mess around. Keep the wrong thing. That can happen. Cut out the wrong piece and be over here crying live on YouTube like a little bro. Now, one of the important reasons that we want to make the distinction between what we are leaving and what we are cutting away is because our saw does have some of its own girth to it, right? So that blade is either going to be cutting this line away from your material, right? Meaning the saw is going to be on this side and you're actually going to be getting that much less material, or you're going to have your saw on this side and you're going to barely leave the edge of that line, and that's going to be ideal. So we can try it that way, or we can follow these lines with our chisels and hope for the best. I will say this, I'm not sure which is going to be the easier way to hold. I think would be the biggest concern. How are we going to hold it while we do it? We got a couple methods, but which one is going to let you see it properly? Let me get my little cubes, squares, whatever you call them. Mr. says V-glue L molding like that. Build a great holder with that 190-degree molding L trim. That's the sound I make when I think of something good. All right, we can put this here, we can put that there, we can lock those down to this table, and then I can chisel that way. I lock it. I lock it a lot. Problem here is you might need 4 of these little doodads you got here, boy. Might need 4 of them doodads you got there. We're gonna try it a couple ways. We're gonna have to try it a couple of ways. Let me. Where's that 2x4? Spider webby 2x4. What if you got right there and you sat like that? I could sit like that. I could lock that in. I could work from this way. You couldn't see it. I could put this right here. I could put him right there. And I'd have to work over top of this dumb lump, which is not good. But if I just sat him right there, I put something soft over top that was also somewhat pliable, but it was also somewhat stable. Then I could clamp it down here. That would give me enough room to lean in the ground. And we can make it work. Where'd all the clamps go? Oh, over there on that thing. Leave the little clamps. I want to take up as little real estate as possible. I'll bet you, you know, I can't see my likes. I can't see how many I got on my screen. But I bet you it's nowhere near I got on that watching number. So if you for you boy, for you peoples, for the homies, push that button, or you can just hit your screen 2 times. Bam, bam, done. Bam, bam. All right, I might need to turn this at an angle so that I can. I got this long, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I might need to get this angle better. So I'm gonna go way over here. I'm gonna turn it like that, but you might get a better view that way, in fact. Let's hope for the best. Hopefully, as I cantilever this thing. Got something. I think we got something. Let's see. It's holding pretty tightly. Problem is, well, let's not claim any problems until we have something. Let's just give it a freaking shot. We need our little Japanese inspired handsaw. That'll do. Paulo says this is just for views. Yeah, it ain't radio. What do you think it's for? It's for a book deal. Is that what it's for? He says this is just for you. What's good, Lions? How you doing, man? He said this is just for views. What are you watching this on? A ham radio? This is just for views. It's good to catch you too, man. Oh man, Lions is one of my favorite creators. I like that guy a lot. He's got an incredible vibe over there. But be careful. Some of his stuff is for views. Fucking idiot. Oh boy. It's just for views, man. You just want people to see stuff. He called a radio station. You guys are just trying to let people hear your music. That's all you're doing. Oh boy. I need a little hater alarm so that when a guy like you comes in here, I can look up from this chisel and entertain myself for a bit. Sick of this guy, man. He's a purist. He's in it for the he's in it for the views. Devin says Paolo Canto was as good at what he does. Just check him out and enjoy. Thanks, bud. Appreciate you. Y'all also check out Dad's workshop. I like Calvin a lot too. I feel like that dude's my little brother all of a sudden. Not little brother, like I'm sonning him or nothing like that. That's the homie for real. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I should have got you closer. Closer and close. Let's get closer. Some people ain't even worth the 2-second sentence. Word up. Word up. But you know, I waste time all the time, so when I got time, I will engage those mother suckers, Jack. Jive turkeys. Jive sucker pig head. Boom. But we just gonna keep working this technique. Good sharp chisels. Still good from yesterday, thankfully. What happened to that dude? Where'd he go? What happened to that boy? Ran out of here. He went and woke his mom up this morning. Like, Mom, come check this out. This guy's just on the YouTube for likes. Look at those chisels. He's only using those chisels because he wants to cut wood. Son, I told you don't wake me. I have to go to work. But it's just after the likes. I know. He's just after the likes. It's fine. Why don't I push straight down the shoulder line and go against the grain? It would be a lot faster. This way or this way? Is that what you mean? Like going across this way? I don't know, man. I'll tell you this, 90% of my method to chisel is fear based, right? It's based on I haven't done this quite long enough for any of it to feel natural yet, right? And as it starts to, I still have to make sure that I don't get too comfortable because I haven't done enough yet to be aware of all the hazards, right? So I usually go for two things. What is safest for me physically? What's the safest direction? Two, what seems to be the least dangerous for the wood? Like which way is not going to blow me out and ruin the piece that I'm working on? But then the third element is going to also be so you can see it, so you can view it. If you're not in the shop, this camera's not in the shop, this is a completely different setup. Anybody that does any of this kind of stuff will tell you that, because this adds an element of discomfort to the work and the working that you wouldn't do to yourself otherwise. Unless you're just after some views. You know what I'm saying? One of those guys. So, if the question is why don't I, that's probably the why don't I. Probably the answer is somewhere in those couple of elements. And it could also just be I don't know what I'm doing. So, I mean, I ain't taking it as a deep criticism, but that is my truth. That's my truth, brother. And that's what Sunday mornings are for, right? Truth. Oh, snap. Where did my cord go? Y'all over here losing juice and I didn't even know it, fam. We'd have had another spinny ball turning. Just a few. Now, what I'm doing currently is absolutely the wrong way, but it's the only way you can see, baby. I'm doing this for you. I already got a mallet, baby. Some of this work could also be done with like a spoke shave. This can also get chiseled out by whacking the back of this chisel with a mallet. But I'm trying to develop a skill set for carving. So I got to get familiar with pushing a blade through various types of wood in various precarious circumstances. You make it hard for yourself now. Be easier for you later. But I could do this on a miter saw in about 2 minutes. It's a danger zone right there. Heading towards that shoulder. Heading towards that shoulder. Now, I don't know if this is traditional woodworking or not. I don't know. But I'm just going to tell you something I do as I'm going. Just in case it helps you. Again, I always talk about I wish I had a third hand. I have to use my abdomen sometimes, right? And here's the thing. You put your chisel right there. It's rested, right? Got this hand down here pressing down. Got this hand right here. I'm holding back with this hand. I'm not pressing forward with it. I'm holding back because my forward momentum is coming from here. I'm just shifting my hips a little bit, right? And I'm using this hand to hold it back and hold it steady. I'm not gonna slip with my hips, right? If you have basic core strength, it's a lot more controlled strength. It's strong and controlled. Way more this way I can with my hand, and this is mostly because of my seating position, but a lot of us are sitting down while we're doing this. But gives me more control. Now, I've had to do this with hammer drills and certain tools as a carpenter, plenty. So it's just kind of second nature to do it for me, but I don't see other people doing it because I don't watch a ton of woodworking, so I don't know if it's a common thing or not. But if it ain't for you, putting you up on game. Got a secret third hand just below your sternum. I like the way this wood looks though when it's sliced open. It's probably an old closet rod or something. Better milk it. It's very lightweight material. Alright, I'm gonna leave that just like that, and we'll see if that's good. We'll come back to it. Flip it and do the other side. Wayne says, I'll try that, it makes sense. I usually rest my palm on the palm of the chisel so I push it strength and then hold the blade with the other hand. Yeah. Give it a shot. See if it works for you. It doesn't have to necessarily be like on your belly. That's not comfortable. But right here, just at the bottom of your chest plate, the bottom of your rib cage. Okay. Tighten this up a little bit. We're gonna make our cut here again with the saw. See if we can get this thing started. Now, we didn't come all the way to our line because this was kind of a guesstimate. We'll tighten that up as we dry up over there, and we can sort of get an idea what our test fit's going to be. Remember, we're going to be way small anyway. We're going to have to make a big old fat wedge. Or 3. once again, uh-oh, can you see? Can you see? Once again, a thorn. All right, we're gonna go up against that yet again. And we're just gonna drag our blade that away. I'm holding this up against there firm as I can, and I'm gonna go as light as I can with this knife so that I don't shift it as I go across. And now I can feel it just kind of staying in its groove. And I'm gonna come back and do it one more time. No, I'm not. I'm not even gonna risk it. Because I'm going with the wood grain, it can get very shifty. You know what I mean? And your knife can start to follow that wood grain unless you apply a ton of pressure. And a ton of pressure and a knife is not the best way a lot of times. So sometimes we make the decisions to back up off it. All right. Just gonna get some of the big stuff off of here right away. Straight to jail right away. Those chisels, jail. Your blades are sharp, straight to jail. Too sharp. Jail, irrelevant. The most medium chisels in the world. Because of jail. I don't know what kind of wood this is, but I like it. It's probably pine. Probably some old pine. It's so crispy though. Like it's weirdly light, but weirdly shaveable too. It's nice. Never thought I'd be describing types of wood I like to cut. How weird. See what happens when you give up on your dreams of being a rapper? End up on YouTube, woodworking. Like some kind of get dang tough guy. I like to think that on Laverne and Shirley, whenever Fonzie rode off on his motorcycle, I think to myself, I bet you that guy's got a lathe at home, you know? I bet the Fonz is making mallets. Yeah, definitely. I've been ignoring you so much, chat. I'm so sorry. All right, I'll be hitting in the zone. Let me see what y'all got. Who's saying what? I'm gonna have to go way back. How you doing, Ivan? I missed you, man. There you go. Way to rest your hand against the car control by using your hand control. Thanks, Wayne. Appreciate you. Home run hitters a little different. All kinds of successful stages and swings. I'll try to make sense. Sorry about the scarce. Busy moving about 2-3 weeks. About to make it again. The community is growing big. Yeah, man, it really is. I'm enjoying a lot of these people. Mimi says sternum. Thank you for helping me. I appreciate that, Mimi. I still have the ballot my dad and I made together, says Josh K. Out of of firewood and an old soccer handle. The head fell apart years ago, but I still use the handle on the head I made from more firewood. What a great story. That's incredible. I like that. Peter Cap says, you making a steak for Dracula? No, Dracula really doesn't like steak. It's a common myth because I like to season my steak with garlic, and that's like a no-no. So, I will make Dracula hamburgers sometimes. Weird that he'd like ground chuck over actual steak, but it's just what it is. What a weird guy. I was about 6, late 30s now. It's almost the mallet or thesis at this point, but still tapping and whacking. I hear you. Tapping and whacking. Josh says, like driving a motorcycle over the lines of the road, the grain will drag your knife off the course. Yup. Wayne says, try holding your marking knife like a pencil and hook the piece with the combo square and hold the other side as you pull in. I will consider that the next time. Mr. says, score with a number 11 scalpel. What? That sounds more sophisticated than this Harbor Freight shop that you're watching right now. You've intimidated me, sir. You can be the woodworking rapper, says Matthew. Yeah, there you go. Yo, 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 yo. Chiseling. Oh, I can't do it. I can't do it. It's like patting your head, rubbing your stomach, rapping and knifing. You know what I'm saying? It's too smooth. It would come out like that. Like those boys singing Plug Walk. Plug Walk. That's how it come off. It sound like limericks. I've got no money, but she swears that I ball. Had an ex-broad in Cali that she'd swear that I'd call. 20 pennies in her pocketbook and she buried them all. If she didn't care about me, she didn't care that I'd fall. Let's set it off. I'm at the booty club by the mall, watching a pair of double D's at 36 in a thong. Shorty's climbing up the pole, but now I'm hoping she falls. She's got my last bit of gas money tucked in her drawers. Yeah. Oh yeah, Calv. I was just mucking with him. I can be the spelling police sometimes. My wife writes for a living, so it's nice to flex on somebody else for once instead of being the flexy. Come on. Good. Totally going the wrong way on the grain now. This is purely for you, camera. This is for y'all. This is torture this way. These are the moments I need to go against my instinct. I'm building a mallet and I didn't think to use a mallet. What a goof. What an ultramaroon. What an ink. You see the sheer usefulness. And one of y'all are gonna win this freaking thing. I'm just gonna give it to you for free skis. Why? Because you're special. Each and every one of you are special. And sometimes when you need a mallet, you can hold it in your hand and feel special too. I like to hold mallets. And my neighbors also like to hold mallets. Won't you come hold your mallet with me? Come on, boys and girls. Everybody likes a mallet. Alright, so again, we're going to leave that line. Just a little bit of it. We're going to flatten about as much as we can in the position that we happen to be in. And we just got to see how far or how near we are to our opening size. And then we got to figure out a plan for this rounded edge. We're going to cut semi-spherical wedges, or are we going to square off this thing and then put in regular wedges like reasonable people? He says we're all special in many different ways. Let's ask Charlie. Those puppets freak me out a little bit on Mr. Rogers. I got it. Don't worry about nothing. Alright. That's not bad. Ever since YouTube, I was afraid to watch because I was afraid of the puppets, but I love Mr. Rogers and you could never tell me when it was going to be an episode with them. Yeah, they were weird. I agree with you, Charlie. I mean, but you can't be good at everything, I guess. Bill Rogers was a heck of a man. Let's see what we got. Let's grab the other side. Little stuff. One of the downsides of the heavy-handed glue up is that the drying time gets weird because you don't know, because you got so much excess sitting here sopping it up, you know what I mean? Holy cannolis, that is a full half of an inch we're gonna have a different plan for this, man. Let me show you what we got going on top. Look how huge. Like left to right, we're fine. But holy smokes, that's a big difference. And that's gonna mean, look how big a wedge we would need for that. So this is definitely gonna be a 3 wedge situation. But we can do it. Why couldn't we? Why would we be calling ourselves West Does It if all we did was does it? You know what I'm saying? We also does. Either way, though, that's what we got. That's what we're doing. I think we're getting there. This is looking good. I think we're getting there now. Of course, my handle's upside down being my heart, but we're getting there. That's it. I paired it perfectly. Awesome. So now, yeah, I just got to put some enormous wedge in there. But we can cut those. We got a whole, we even, let me see. We even have our saw still set up at that angle, so we can slice some big fat wedges out of that and pop it in. But I know you're very busy people with your lives and everything. But if you give me, what time is it? If you give me 2-3 minutes, I gotta go get some water. Just let me get a cup of water to offset this coffee. And I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Thanks for tapping those likes. I appreciate that. I didn't do much solicitation for that today. And y'all been looking out pretty hardcore. And I really appreciate it. Shout outs to Dad. If while I'm intermittent, you guys can go check out Dad's workshop in the chat. He can post a link or you can just click on his name. It might let you do it that way, but you should check him out. I'm gonna be right back though. Oh, I'm gonna leave my microphone here so that it doesn't disconnect y'all. I'll be right back. Making my way eating Chick-fil-A and fries, tater tots, taking a shake in my McFlurries. Sure as hit the spot. Wouldn't it nice to get some pay? Sometimes you ought to go and get a frosted lemonade. And all your friends are getting paid. Yeah, I'm back. Big Mike back in the building. Yay, yay. Heather said if I keep the handle that way, it makes a spade like that. Interesting, Miss Heather. I made a ace of spades necklace in one of my shorts, but YouTube didn't put that one out very heavily. I don't know what the deal is with that. I can't figure it out. There go Big Mike in the building saying what's up again. What up, Mike? We got this part done. We got a big honking gap we gotta deal with. And I'm still questioning whether or not I take this and make it square because I don't know. I've got some dilemma here. Nothing major, but I think the answer is just going to be big fat wedges. You know what I mean? So let's make some big fat wedges. Acting like that's a hard thing to do. Doling away. Come on. All right. And now, this ain't the same wood, of course, right? But this is a darker wood. And I think that might be a good, help with the contrast here, in the handle. If we make the wedge out of that, stain it, you know what I mean? So yeah, we'll go over here and cut that. Big old fat wedge. Cut things this direction though. I will be honest with you, on the table saw. I mean on the mic saw. I don't. I really don't want to show you such an irresponsible way to do it. Let me think about a different way to do that. This may be one, it may not. If it backfires, somebody count upon me. It's a good wedge. That is the thickness that we started with. Oh, this makes me nervous. It makes me dang nervous. We gotta do it, man. Get our footing good. Get brave. Wedges. That's pretty thick, right? Between those two. The width is perfect. Let's see what we got. Roy Jones. I almost forgot. He got knocked out 8 times in a row. Man, I hated that for Roy Jones. Oh, brings tears to my eyes to this day. Greatest. I still want to fight Antonio Tarver right now. What you say to Roy Jones? Before you knocked him out. You bully, Antonio. All right. Now we gotta do a little woodwork on the wedges. Let's say that 5 times. We're doing woodwork on the wedges. With actually working wood on the wedges. What about wedges? We're working wood on the wedges, right? What? Yeah, we can work on wedges. Oh, I thought it was a wedge and woodwork. There's a woodwork and wedge. What about the kids? Oh my God. Poor kids. Got to deal with that. It was a woodwork and wedge. All right. Slowly but surely. SpongeBob clamp hands right here. But it's working. Good sharp chisel, baby. Nothing sweeter than a good sharp chisel. And the love of a good woman. What was that guy's name? Talks like a cowboy. Like the best cowboy. What's the dude's name? I forget. He was in Tombstone. It was Kurt Russell's big brother. He was what's his name? His big brother in Roadhouse. What's up, Siri? How you doing? In the mirror. How you doing? So we got a couple of wedges, a couple of lengths. I don't guess they need to be longer than a flipping handle. But I think I'm going to cut that off right there. That way I'll have an extra insert. And we'll grab one of our mini mallets. That's all we need. Now we got 3 wedges, big old fat mess, 1/4 cup of coffee, 1/2 cup of water. Salute. Thanks for joining. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for your likes. Those of you who have that level of courtesy and love for your boy. Heck, I might even get a super chat one day. Who knows? I need to build a little air horn so I can. Hip Hop Workshop. Let's do it. Let's get this trash out of here, man. Y'all holler at me if y'all want to get some of this compost, you know what I'm saying? I give it up for the Glowski. Holler at you, boy. Sam Elliott. That is it. I knew you would have known that. That's right, Virgil. Looking disapprovingly at That Doc Holliday, Val Kilmer's character. Duck. Virgil. Man, when that boy got shot, I was hurt. I was like, oh no. I still got one good arm to hold you with, girl. Virgil had a solid wife. His brothers, though, they didn't know how to pick them. They did not know how to pick them. All right, so we got this happening. It's so yellow still right here. I just can't, I can't bring myself to pull these yet. But what I can do is figure out how this can wedge in and how it would work. Let me see if I can put a different size clamp on now that one is available. See if I can get all these the same height. That way it'll at least be somewhat workable. You know what I mean? You feel me? You feel me? What I'm talking about. Alright, here we go. That's good. At least we got a stand now, right? So let me get that excess glue out of there while I'm messing around. Just get that extra glue up out. I guess you can come in close for that. I want to see it. Oh, snap. If you ever hear a sound in your neighborhood, it sounds like a gunshot. If it's got reverb, like that, that's usually a dump truck that has dropped its tailgate. Or a sheet of plywood that's managed to hit the ground in such a way that it landed dead flat and created a clap. Teaching you hood survival skills while we do woodworking. You're welcome. Here's how not to have anxiety because of construction. Let's do it. That's getting close to empty in there. All right. That looks good. Oh yeah. Dad says, Cal says, I know about making a clap. He applauds his birds with the wood clap. Pretty dope. Pretty dope idea. Whiskey soaked voice. That movie goes hard AF to this day. It's my favorite movie, man. Tim Reed. Hello, Mr. West. He says, what's up, Tim? Tim entered our contest. He's going to win one of these mallets. Tim, this may be one of the mallets in one of the contests. Probably is going to be pork mallet for the lovers. Oh shit, I got all distracted from what we're doing. Okay, we were cleaning that out, so we can get to whether or not these wedges were big enough. Are they big enough? Are you wedge enough? He said that's not exactly what I was talking about. Well, yeah. Well, listen, I can't be the one to say it. Oh man, hold on. Do I need to? Oh man, I need to slice a little bit more off of this. We're not getting a smooth, and I'm not gonna press. I don't want heavy pressure, especially outward, because this is an ice cream sandwich, and we don't want to squeeze out nothing. So let's lock this back down. Take a couple strokes off it with a chisel. See if we can get back to what we need to be. We could also try the sandpaper, but I think the chisel would be more fun. All right, let's set this to the side. Man, I can't. You know what? My brother's on vacation right now. He is back. I'm gonna invite him over for some whiskey and tombstone. That'll be a good time. Man, Billy Bob Thornton was even in that movie and brilliant in it. Like, I've never seen such a wonderfully played coward in all my days. It was amazing. I think Kurt Russell had like maybe the first Mobb Deep moment in cinema history. Like he was for sure like ain't no such thing as halfway crooks in this piece. Mister, I'm getting awful tired of your, and I'm getting awful tired of your gas. I said, throw down, boy. Whack. I said, jerk that pistol. Skin that smoke wagon and see what happens. Can you imagine somebody telling you, I wish you would pull that piece out? Golly. And then daring you to with the backside of his glove. You gonna do something? You're just gonna stand there and bleed. It was like, holy smokes. All time fave. Powers booth. I'm at Mobb Deep back in '01. Passed them my demo. Oh yeah? What did they say? Or did they just disappear in a cloud of white smoke and bass music? Boom, 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 boom. I did see that you produce music, Calvin. because I'm a member to your channel. And members get perks. Y'all don't really know Calvin like I know Calvin. Unless you're a member. I reached out to give Dap to Prodigy, and he gave me a fist. Hey, something better than that, man. Prodigy, man. There is a, I don't know if you, there's a song called The Three Lyrical P's. You should check that out. It goes so hard. It's Prodigy, Sean Price, and Styles P. Crazy. Crazy good. Go ahead, skin it. Skin that smoke wagon and see what happens. By Johnny Rango. You just look like somebody walked over your grave. Beef's not with you, Holiday. I beg to differ. Played a game we never got to finish. Played for blood. Remember? That was funny. I wasn't. Jeez. Can you imagine getting punked in the woods? You're trying to play it off like, hey, I wasn't gonna do nothing to you, man. The dude is like, I'm gonna do something to you though. Man, look at this. It's like I was getting ready to go shoot your slow friend, not you, man. Your buddy who's not a gunslinger. Gotta have some buddies like that though. Gotta have at least one buddy like that. Gotta have at least one buddy you'll do that for. Could be the same guy. We're just flattening this out. Just trying to keep that chisel body as flat as possible so that we can get a nice flat surface to ride the edges of that mortise. I do want to try it already because we weren't that far away. It is nice grain on this piece, I'll tell you. But let's see. Okay. This is the fat side. The other side seems to be pretty pretty good. So I got to taper that and that. I am going to use the sandpaper on this one. We'll need getting ourselves all worked up. Obviously, I'm going to stay to the side and try to remove the most serious points. And I'm going to do that on both sides. I'm going to let the shoulder just kind of bump into the paper gently, and that'll be our stopping point. You don't have to hit the bench. See what I'm doing? Can you see it? Look at it. Look at it. Give it another shot. How you could do? Come for ASMR. It's going. That is going. And that can only mean you just got a little more sanding to do right there in the middle, but that's it. In fact, let's not even sand it. Let's just put some subtle slices in the middle. Man, it cuts so buttery when that blade is right. You know what I mean? And this is sanded down, right? This thing got a lot of grain to grab, but it will just shimmer down in there and do it. What a blessing. Sunday morning, doing some mallet carving with your friends. Nice and smooth. Pretty cool. We got about that far that time. So we're a little fat back here. It's alright. This chisel is so sharp, I can just kind of hold my piece as I go. That's nice to do. I'd rather sharpen you, yeah. Said I'd rather cut with you. Ooh. I'd rather cut with you, yeah. Yeah. Said I'd rather cut with you. Boom, 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 boom. This does it. Is this how I would recommend that you do it? No. Don't hold your wood in your hand and slide your buttery, soft chisel down the spine of that handle. Look how dangerous this is. This ain't for children. It's for grown men here. Strong-handed men. Powerful men. All right. So again, I was just taking a little bit of the fat off of this back side down to the shoulder. We're going very little at a time here because we are very, very close to a perfect fit. The perfect fit is tension without pressure. So I should be able to smack that in pretty comfortably, but not without some force. We don't want it to fall in. We also don't want to put so much pressure that we start challenging our glue or our bond, because this is a laminated piece after all. You know, some eyeballing is necessary in this scenario. And so it kind of helps you tune yourself, you know what I mean? Calibrate your own hands. And again, I'm just hitting anything that challenges my chisel going straight and flat across the surface. And then we'll try it again. That is the nature of what we do. They will do that again. At that point, I could probably get by. Slap some glue on there. Slide right in. No. No. I've learned my lesson from previous chisels and previous mallets. Take your time, get rid of that little extra junk that'll hang you up. Take a little more time. That didn't work, take a little more time. And you will get there. We will get there. Together forever. Again, I'm just riding the grain, seeing what catches if that chisel slides flat across that surface, and if I can get it to do it, then I've served myself and my wood. All right, enough babbling. Let's try it again. Almost. That's still moving, so that feels good to me. I can get it out without totally destroying stuff, and I can feel that it will still keep going down if I kept pressing like that. I can see the parts that got pressure against them, and I'm going to just slice them off. Now we are really getting to a nice custom fit. Because once those wedges go in, it's a wrap. I don't want it to be a problem because I'm not pulling them back out. You know what I mean? Let me check this out. Sorry if I'm ignoring your chat. I got a knife in my hand, you know. 4 likes away from 200. What? 200 likes? What? That is awesome. That is awesome. That is awesome. I appreciate that. Tim Reed, Calvin, super cool, Dad's Workshop, campaigning for your boy. I am blessed and honored. And I thank all of y'all who moved your finger over just a few inches and tapped that thing. Man, it's all right. It's all right. It's like, you know, when an old man gives you the thumbs up, how good that feels. You all right, man. I like you. I swear outside I'd be happy and giddy. I don't show it because I'm tough, but I be feeling it. Now, what I'm doing right now, I wouldn't suggest, real talk. I feel like this is about as sketchy as it's gotten today because my palm is right there. Let's turn it over just so we don't have to be nervous for nothing on a Sunday. We can be avoidably proactive in our anxiety. I think we should. All right. Drum roll. Now, woodwork is best done relaxed. That's exactly right. That is exactly right. Jerry, you did the 200? Woohoo! Shout outs to you. Shout outs to you. I don't have a horn. Push the love button. Tim like a glove. Exactly. And when it comes out, but oh, you know that's a good feeling. You know that's a good feeling. All right, here we go. Now we've got our wedges too, though. Right. So now, ooh, take that. Oh, God, I can't even make that joke no more. Ooh. Jerk. Jerky McJerk face ruined their jokes. Okay, let's go. Oh, snap. Yo, I might mess around and do a wedge on each side. That might be good. No, I need a wedge in the middle too. I gotta have a wedge. It's not a mallet without a freaking wedge. All right, so now I'm gonna, gotta do that. Oh yeah, I'm good. So we know we need to poke a hole in order to make that cut without ripping our wood all up. Let's see if I can find a bit and a drill. Well, here's one and the other. forgive me if I don't shake hands. Hold on, I need a bigger bit than that. Get that work out. Come on, get back up, old man. All right, I did it. I'm going to get it off of there. This ought to be a big enough bit for that. I'll send it right down through the middle. That's it. Nothing special. Nothing fancy. Okay, what do you want to do? I cut this. I could fasten it to my table and do that. I should have made holes in this table so that I can put these in, and then I can use those as a vise too. But I didn't. What I do have is a bunch of long clamps that will serve our purpose. One of them got to be nearby. Watch it, watch it, watch it. This is a career live stream for Wes, and support what you watch. Let's get him to 250. What? My honey's home handmade. How you doing? I'm still trying to get to the crushing point. Yeah, I mean, this is nice. It's nice. It's just nice to have this many friends in here. That's what's cool. That's what's cool. So I'm going to just set him right there on the actual bench, right? And then close that up. Got that point of contact, got this point of contact, and back here, I'm going to lock that girl in. Okay. I am going to use my adapter piece. That does seem to hold the circles more better. Or should I say cylinders? In case the grammar cops are in here. In case the grammar folks is in here. You know, Calvin was on the force for a while. I don't know if you know that. Feds. Just kidding. Alright, I am going to eyeball this one. I don't think it's going to be that hard to do. And if it goes bad, I mean, it's not visible. And the biggest thing is just how to minimize the vibration of the wood, you know, as you go. That's not great. I may need 2 of these to hold this proper. I think I will. And yes, I could use a vise, but no, you wouldn't be able to see what I'm doing. So I'm choosing a path. Okay. Alright, I'm good. Is that alright? I'm good. I'm good. Let's open that up. A little bit more. Bloody hell. What in the crumpets is going on here? Dang it. I'm being a little bit countryist. are being very American right now. Taking on the UK's with better accents than we have. They do have better accents than us. The refined English. My buddy Mr. Mason. Hello, gentlemen. How are we doing today? Alright. Tightening, we tightening. Feels good. It's going good. What up, Fro Boo? What up, Jean? How you doing? Maradu. Flat pencil helps with the scribing, but they'll not most helpful for roofers. When you drop a pencil, it won't roll off a slope like a regular pencil. Oh, yeah. Also for framers, because it'll also sit on the joist too. Same way. Also, it's big enough to use with a gloved hand if you have to use it. That's true and accurate info he was getting from Tumarudu. Eco Woodcraft says about to go and make one man glitter, aka sawdust. Oh yeah, have a good one. Have a good one. Fantastic. Okay. Oh, my coffee. Missed it. Cheers. Fantastic beverage. Everybody hit the like button. I'll take my shirt off. I'm joking. I'm not going to do that. I would not run you out of here. All right, where's our top? Well, our mallet head. Let's see if they'll support my weight. It did. All right. My baby won't let me down. She said she loves me so, and this I know for sure. Hey, yeah. Tim says want to start an OnlyFans. Hunch it. Lions Fish Shop, my man Lions. Easy West, about to jump in the workshop. That's coming along nicely. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Enjoy your day in the workshop. I will drop by and say what's up to you when I see you. Dad's workshop says the cane has epoxy resin and other stuff curing on it. Yeah, that cane has all kinds of junk going on. But it's over there. I'm going to get to it. Eco Woodcraft says, nice heart. Thank you. Muchos gracias. What's going to prevent me from setting this piece into that piece? Mainly that piece is locked into that. And that makes no sense. Done with that, I can loosen this whole situation. That looks precarious. That don't look right. I don't look like I'm being respectful. All right. Back up, Sonny, and let me make my money. Back up, Sonny, and let me make the money. Back. Love that sound. That's the sound of silence. And then the naked light I saw. And everybody takes pills. Let's get back to it. That was so nice. I can't even tell you, my friend. Can't even tell you how nice that was for me. How do I get you a good view of this over here? Maybe if I bring you over here. Okay, that ain't bad. And we've got our tray wedges. Now, cool thing about this is that these two can technically go all the way through. That's not a problem. Problem is, these are just a fraction too wide. So I gotta do something different real quick. Let's see what I can figure out fast. Big old flat fat chisel. Start at the head of the piece because that's the most important part. I think I'd rather get rid of what's most narrow or what's least attractive. On this side, I think I want to get that little bit of darkness. And I'm guessing that's probably not the best way to go about it. But I do what I want. Whack it with my hand one time. Very, like this wood wants to break in this direction against this grain, so it's pretty easy to do. That's a little thicker. Don't know if I want to do that much with it, but we can try. We're gonna use the maybe we'll go on this side, maybe be easier. And I'm gonna kind of hold that down with my fingers. You can't see anything I'm talking about right now. Sorry. See if I can reach it above. Kind of pinching that with my fingers. Top of that mallet. We got a nice split. You really don't need to do much beyond that, other than to follow the rest of that split through. Looked like it jumped off. That's it. Open that up. That's 2. Third one should be just as easy, but it won't be. It won't be. Something will go wrong. Something unexpected always happens. The last one. Cannot believe that water moccasins didn't fly out. Sting my eyes. Okay. Might be alright after all. I appreciate these 200 likes. That is blowing my mind. Everybody. Thank you. Thank you for blowing my mind. Slim that shim up a little bit. Slim that shim. Slim shimmity, slim shimmity. Okay. Damn it. Dang it. Dang it, Matthew. I gotta figure out how to get it all to go in there nice. Best surfaces are gonna be flat surfaces. It's gonna be the best wedge situation. That's what I be wanting. We don't want a bunch of outward pressure. We want the pressure of these chisels not to be pressing against our glue and challenging that. We want them to be pressing that way. So if we gotta keep trimming slivers off of this, then we're gonna be a sliver trimming group up in this joint. Feel me? That's what we want. Other side, same thing. Let's get it nice and flat. Nice and flat. Delectable. Man, this is great. Slim Shim is Slim Shady's cousin, I think. Ben, you are absolutely right. I'm the real Shady, I'm the real Shady, all these other Shadys are just imitating. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to open this wedge up. I don't like that sound. I don't like that sound. And I am going to put the center one in first, which I know is unusual, but in this case, it's probably the one with the least impact. Certainly the most narrow. You throw some glue in there. I've done nothing with that handle. Might be an opportunity to carve. Maybe. Might just need to be plain and simple. So, let's do a couple things. I don't know if I want to glue it or not. I think I do. Sometimes I like for the wedges to just be the thing that holds everything together, you know what I mean? Let's see this. We can always pull this back apart. I won't say it like it's a given and always easy. But that is kind of the point of using wedges in the first place, right? So, get all three of these joints in there. Because we still got to shave down the whole top of this mallet and the bottom. That is our limiter. Bottom. Frick. Because we can't plane the bottom once the handle's in. We cannot, so we may not be able to get it flat. Dead flat. Ben says how to make a mallet requires a mallet. I guess, no, not really. Because this mallet did not require a mallet. It did require some screws, but it did not require a mallet. And this mallet is going to work just as good as that mallet. It's just not as fancy. So you can make a mallet out of 2x4s and no mallets, because there's no mortise and tenon happening there. It's just a glue up. So, a little history lesson. Message. All right. So we're going to pull all three of these out. So that we can work down the bottom, the back side of this board. And that is also going to mean we might have to let go of some clamps. Are we ready to do that, though? Is the question, really. Are we willing to potentially compromise our holding strength of this mallet? And I am not down. That's too squishy, too yellow still. And I'm going to have to run a plane or something across all of this to get it clean and to get it flat, so I don't have these three big dumb humps. So I guess the idea, ladies and germs, is to be continued. I appreciate everybody that came out. Let me turn around and face you sons of guns, you considerate, fun, woodworking savages. Thank you to everybody that showed up for this live. It was a good time. I definitely got some more stuff to do with my day. I gotta fix my truck, maybe. I want to finish this today, though. So whenever you see me back on live, what I'm gonna be doing is finishing this up. It looks good, feels good, kind of happy about it. Since I am gonna have to come back and finish it, maybe we'll do something with this handle, turn it or something. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But it might be good just as it is. But Ben says, first time watch it. I enjoyed it. Yes, Tim, read it. It's time for a snack for my tummy. Get in my belly. All I've had today is this coffee and this cup of water, and I need nourishment. Oh man, I appreciate y'all. Calvin says he loves y'all. I gotta go, so keep it up. I appreciate you, Cal. How to make a mallet requires a mallet. Time for a snack. Frost says, me too. You enjoyed it. That's great. If you did, I appreciate it. And if you did enjoy the content at all, little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit. Hit the like, double tap the screen, give me a thumbs up on the old algorithm, and I appreciate it so much. Now we'll return to finish this up, and we'll be back with more fun woodworking shenanigans. Wes does it. Appreciate all of you. Great stuff, Wes. Enjoy your day, bro. Yes, sir. Thanks, Lions. I'm gonna come by and see you when you get your live going today. Um, y'all go check out Lions Fish Shop. It is a fun time over there too. Uh, Dad's Workshop. It is a great time over there too. Incredible. And Heather, appreciate you too. She's over there at Dad's Workshop. They are having a great channel over there. And I appreciate everybody that did come out. Thanks for hitting that like button. Thanks for hitting that subscribe. All of the things. I'm gone. Peace.